Hey, okay, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late. I thought I scheduled this for 7:25, not 7:20. Um, so yeah, apologies for the delay here. I literally just thought I scheduled this for a different time. What is going on, guys? If you're watching this back, what is going on? I'm just gonna be doing a little NFL Week 4 recap reaction. If you're watching this back, feel free to drop a thumbs up if you're watching this not on the live. So yeah, let me get my banner ready so we can go over the scores here. First game we're going to talk about is Bengals Jacksonville Thursday night game. Bengals won this one 24 to 21. And listen, even though the Jaguars lost this game, did I spell Jaguars right? Yeah, I think so. Even though the Jaguars lost this game, um, I think it was their best game. Look at my hair. I was literally rushing to get here. I think it was their best game so far this season. I do. Trevor Lawrence, it wasn't. Oh my gosh, Jeremy. I appreciate you. You did not have to do that. Totally unnecessary. Jeremy with the super chat. He's also a member on this channel. So shout out to Jeremy for being a member and just like all the support. Really, Jeremy, I really appreciate it. You totally did not have to do that. You're awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, Jeremy. Let me go through the chat real quick here. What is going on, Tian Autographs? Thank you. I appreciate it. Ted, what is going on? Jacob, Brian, what is going on, guys? And yeah, so basically, Cincinnati was down 14-0 at the half. They put up 14 points then in the third quarter, 10 points then in the fourth quarter. Joey B had a game. He had, let me see the stats here, 25 to 32, 348 yards and 2 touchdowns. He played really well. I think he's up for like the FedEx Air Player of the Week. So is Daniel Jones. So is Mahomes, I think. But yeah, this was just a really good game. Not actually, it wasn't a really good game for the Bengals, but it was a really good comeback. It was a really good gritty win. Now the Bengals are 3-1. Like who would have thought that the Bengals would be 3-1 at this point? Jacksonville's 0-4 now. But I mean, it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst loss for the Jaguars. Next game we're going to talk about is the Washington football team versus Falcons game. So I actually didn't get a chance to watch this game, but Washington football team won 34 to, this is like the only game I didn't get to watch back today. Of course, it's like the second on my list. Washington football team won this one at like the last second. Basically what I heard, okay, let me look at the box score here. So like basically, what did they score at the last second watching? Honestly, guys, I didn't watch it. This is like the one game I didn't watch back. If you're watching this back and it's not on the live stream, you're probably like, yikes. But basically, this Washington defense, I still think is really not playing well. Like I can just tell from the box score. They allowed 30 points to the Falcons. And I don't think Chase Young has a sack yet this year. What is up, Coach Dante? What is going on, Rob? Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Washington is 2-2 now. Atlanta was up. What were they up? Because I remember when I was watching. Okay. Oh wait, they were up 30-22 in the fourth quarter, and they were never really had the highest winning percentage. When I was watching the Giants game, they were basically saying how like, oh, Atlanta's going to win this game or something, and during the game break, but then they didn't. So that's why I was confused. Next game we're going to talk about here is, oh my gosh, Buffalo versus the Texans. Oh my gosh. So I think this is the Texans we all thought we were going to see this year. Buffalo won this one 40-0. 2-0. Buffalo won this one 40-0. What's going on, Anthony? This is, I think this is the Texans we all expected to see this year. David Smith's stat line was actually terrible. 87 yards and 4 interceptions. That reminds me of this other quarterback that used to play in Buffalo named, Nathan Peterman. But really, really bad stat line there. I know it's his second start, but still it's a really bad stat line. Josh Allen, 20, 29, 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The thing is this. The Buffalo defense was always good this season, but now the offense is really starting to, get going. I still want to see a little bit more from Josh Allen. I do. I was a little concerned about him like 2 weeks ago. Like after week 2, I was like, does he look different to anyone else? But listen, they won 40-0, so I'm not gonna, go crazy over his performance here. I just don't know if he's the same exact Josh Allen, but the team seems to be clicking more. They just had 3 really, really big wins. Like the past 3 games for them weren't even close. After that first loss to the Steelers, these games weren't close. But that's the thing that concerns me. They lost to the Steelers. Like what? I mean, I know it's week 1, so everything's very, very unpredictable week 1. But they lost to the Steelers, and now we're seeing how bad the Steelers are. Next one we're going to talk about is the Detroit-Chicago game. So this honestly was really surprising. The Lions lost this one 14-24. I really thought the Lions were going to win this game. Ethan, right now I'm doing the Bears. I really thought the Bears were going to win this game. I mean, the Lions, sorry. I really thought the Lions were going to win this game. They were so close in all their games before this. The Bears allowed Justin Fields to get sacked 9 times last week, so I really thought the Bears were going to win this game. But they didn't. It was really this Bears defense that set up this offense in this game. I mean, Justin Fields, he played well. He didn't have a spectacular game. I think he only threw the ball, 17 times? Let me see. He only threw the ball 17 times. He only had 11 completions, but that's fine. You want to put your rookie quarterback in a good spot. He only got sacked 1 time, and that's the biggest thing in this game is that he was only, sacked 1 time. And you want to keep your rookie quarterback upright, obviously. Again, he didn't have to do much. He even didn't do much, running with the ball, but that's fine. That's fine. You don't want to have to put too much on your rookie quarterback. The defense allowed the Bears to be in the situation where they didn't have to put too much on Justin Fields, and they came out with the win. And the weird thing is Jared Goff didn't even play necessarily bad. They are just like, I think, what was it when I was watching this game back? I'm having like a blurry memory now because I watched so many games today on Game Pass. I think they just weren't converting on 4th down. Like they were going for it and just not converting. So yeah, that's a tough loss for the Lions. They still don't have a win. Next game is Carolina and the Cowboys. The Cowboys won this one. Big win for the Cowboys. They won this one 36-28. And this game honestly wasn't even this close in the 4th quarter. Like the Panthers scored like a kind of last-second touchdown. This game, the Panthers had the lead after halftime. They had the lead in the 3rd quarter, but then Dallas scored 20 points in the 3rd quarter while the Panthers put up 0 points. And a huge, huge swing in this game was that Sam Darnold had 2 interceptions in the 3rd quarter. And that's why they went into the 3rd quarter with the lead and left the 3rd quarter without the lead. Both the interceptions set Dallas up in great field position. And you can't set this Dallas offense up in great field position because, they're just too good. Ezekiel Elliott, he had a great game. He had some really big runs, like some big chunk yards. He had 143 rushing yards on 20 carries and 1 touchdown, but he was getting like 10 yards on some carries, like just casually. It was crazy to watch him play. And this defense, let's talk about Diggs for a second. 2 interceptions last game. He's had an interception in every single day. Every single day. I was reading Big Play Slay's comment. You're not feeling it today? I'm sorry, Big Play Slay. I hope this stream does help you feel better. But Diggs has had an interception in every single game. He had 2 interceptions last game. Absolutely nuts. I mean, he's playing such a huge part for this defense because the defense is getting turnovers. And this defense continues to surprise me every single week. And they were getting pressure on Sam Darnold last week too. How many times did he get sacked? I want to see. Because I don't know if he got sacked a ton, but the pressure was totally there. He got sacked 5 times. Yeah, Cowboys sacked him 5 times. And even when they didn't sack him, they were getting so much pressure on Sam Darnold. They made it difficult for him. That pressure, I think, really led to those 2 interceptions because he was trying to force the ball because there was like no time. And yeah, that was a big win for Dallas. Carolina is no longer undefeated. I wonder about that defense. Like the defense still looks good. But they did allow Dallas to score 36 points. Dallas has one of the best offenses in the league though, and they were set up in good field position because of the Darnold interceptions. But I'm curious to see what happens with the Panthers in a few weeks. Are we gonna be saying, oh, the Panthers were pretenders, like they weren't legit, blah blah blah? I don't know. But this was a tough game for them. All right, guys. Thank you. Congrats on the win. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, really, Henry. I mean, Zeke and Tony, like both those guys. How many yards did Pollard get? Pollard had 67 yards on 10 carries, like crazy. Yeah, just really, really big game for Dallas. I mean, Dallas just looks so complete right now. I can't lie. Next game we have here is the Cowboys D is literally surprising me. Every single week. Like every single week I get more and more impressed with them. Like they're really just putting it all together, especially after how bad they were last year. But I think that's also part of it because they were so bad last year. I didn't expect them to be good at all this year, but they are legit. They are really playing well. Micah Parsons is playing really well as well. He's playing all over the place, especially without DeMarcus Lawrence there. Like they don't even have DeMarcus Lawrence back for the Cowboys. And this is how they're playing. So imagine what happens when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back. Colts finally get their first win of the season. And I knew they were due. The run game is still great for the Colts, right? Like Jonathan Taylor, great runner, downhill runner, just can really, move the sticks. The offensive line, concerning still. It's concerning still. Quentin Nelson went on the IR. But I have to say, I think Carson's ankles are feeling better because he was moving around a little more back there. I think on one of his touchdowns, he really was able to roll out, get outside the pocket, and throw for the touchdown, which is huge. They still weren't really able to throw the ball down the field a ton, but I do have to say this. There was this huge third down towards the end of the game, a third and long, 3rd and 14 or something. Carson Wentz got outside the pocket and threw for the first down, which just led the Colts to being able to run down the clock. So you got to give Carson props for that. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had over 100 rushing yards. Wentz had 228 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, Brissett had 2 touchdowns too. I gotta say, Brissett has been playing pretty solid. But the Colts were due for a win. They really were. What's going on, Lake Nona? I feel like the Dolphins had a ton of turnovers. Oh yeah, so they fumbled the ball on a punt return, which set the Colts up in a really good field position. And then Brissett had a fumble too that set the Colts up in really good field position. The thing I would say about the Colts is I want to see them convert more in the end zone. Like they were set up in great field position those 2 times, and I believe both those times I had to kick a field goal. Like they were right there in the Dolphins zone, like I think around their 30 or something, and they couldn't get it into the end zone. So do the Dolphins win if Tua plays though? Honestly, I don't think they would. I don't know though, because the fumbles, like, would Tua fumble? I don't know. But then the other fumble was on the punt return, so obviously Tua wouldn't be back there. Yankees highlights. Let's go Yankees and Giants, of course. Next game. Whoa, I just coughed and sneezed. Next game we got here is the Browns and Vikings game. So this was a weird game. Browns won this one 14-7. So talk about a really low scoring game here. Browns put up 14, Vikings put up 7. Literally a defensive battle. That's the most basic score. What's going on, Sean? What's going on, Jacob? That's cool, Jacob. That would be cool. Oh wait, I didn't even put this up. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go. There's no field goals or anything. Just 3 total touchdowns in this game. What? I'll say this. I expected the Vikings offense to do a little bit more in this game after how they played versus the Seattle defense. But I think it just kind of goes to show how good this Browns defense is. We saw what they did last week versus the Bears. Now we saw what they did versus the Vikings. I want to see the Browns score more on offense, though. I really do. Thank you, Steve. I really do. Like, they only put up 14 points. I know, like, I don't think they're moving the ball enough. Like I was saying last week, I want to see them convert in the red zone more and kick less field goals and just get into the end zone. But they're not really putting up the points, and that's definitely concerning to me. Yeah, they only have one loss, and it was a loss versus the Chiefs. But I gotta see this Cleveland Browns offense score more points. Like they have so many guys on that offense. They have a great offensive line. They got to figure out a way to get the ball into the end zone more. Because even last week, when they scored more points than this, they were kicking a lot of field goals, and I want to see them get it into the end zone. That's my big concern with the Browns right now, because I really thought they were going to be a really good team. I honestly thought they'd be better than this. Not that they're bad right now. They're winning the games they have to win, but their wins aren't dominant enough, if you ask me. Next game, we got the Giants and the Saints. Let's go. Giants won 27-21 in OT. Let me put OT on here. Boom. Boom. We love this game. Odell played yesterday. Okay, so this game. Of course, the first time I picked the Giants not to win this season, they win. So maybe like I shouldn't pick them to win again. But Daniel Jones was Danny Dimes this game. And it was really the first time. I'm going to do a video on this, but it was really the first time Daniel Jones put the team on his back late in the game and did an Eli-esque thing. I'm not saying he's Eli, but in overtime, he drove them down the field for the touchdown. They didn't go for the field goal. They didn't do any of that. They went for the touchdown and scored and just sealed the game right there. And it was the first time Daniel Jones really had, I feel like, I don't want to say that it's the first time he had command, but the first time he put this team in a position to win on a game-winning drive like that. Yeah, I'm so happy about this win. I mean, there's still a lot that the Giants have to fix. Defense is still concerning. I still feel like they play a little too conservative. I'm just gonna I forgot to put the Saints score in here. Oops, it just says Giants at 27, Saints nothing. Yeah, the win cools Joe Judge's seat a bit. Yeah, John Ross was huge in this game. So was Kadarius Toney. I mean, Kadarius Toney is insane. Like, I don't know. They said they were easing him into the offense. Like, I don't know why they really need to ease him in. John Ross, like, literally just send John Ross on go routes and see what happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? John Ross is adding so much to this offense. So is Kadarius Toney. So I feel like they'll be able to be more creative now. Please, I really hope they are. Because they gotta let Daniel Jones throw the ball down the field. No more curl routes. Like, just never run a curl route again. I never want to see a curl route again in my life. We got the other New York team now, the New York Jets, and they won too. We love that. In overtime, both New York teams won in overtime. But my throat, I'm talking so much without water. To remember to breathe when I talk. They beat the Titans 27-24, and this was huge. Because the Jets finally won. Let's go. I was literally happy. Sometimes I'm talking, I'm like reading your comments, but then I accidentally say your comments out loud. This was huge because the Jets finally won, and I was actually genuinely happy when I saw the Jets won too. I was like, oh yes, New York football, let's go. Like, because we've been the laughing stock. New York football has been the laughing stock. So I'm very happy that the Jets won, honestly. And I'm happy for Zach Wilson because he was only sacked one time. And that's huge. I mean, he was sacked 6 times in his first game, and I felt like that was really, really impacting him. And now we see what happens when Zach Wilson isn't getting sacked. You know what I'm saying? 21-34, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And he was making some really Zach Wilson-type plays that we saw him make at BYU, just throwing on the run, some crazy throws. Yeah, Ethan, exactly. The rookie QBs did really well this week for the first time. What's going on, Benjamin? This Titans defense, is not very good. And Brian Tannehill got sacked 7 times. That's nuts. I've been saying that this Jets defense is actually pretty solid. They sacked Tannehill 7 times. Derrick Henry, he still had 157 yards, But I think this is just such an awesome win for the Jets. Finally, they get a win like early in the season. Michael Carter, the rookie, he had a touchdown. He's been looking solid, I think, in these first few games. Some nice runs. And yeah, I'm happy for the Jets. I got to say that. I'm really happy for the Jets. Next game is Kansas City versus Philly. So the Chiefs won this one 42-30. Tyreek Hill had an insane game this game. I mean, Tyreek Hill, let me pull up the stats. I know he had 3 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns and 186 receiving yards. This Chiefs defense is really bad, though. I just got to say this Chiefs defense is really bad. Like, thank God Patrick Mahomes is the Chiefs quarterback, or the Chiefs would be in trouble this year. Because Patrick Mahomes is going to have to do a lot of Patrick Mahomes things for the Chiefs to be real Super Bowl contenders this year, unless this defense gets fixed. Because this defense is not good. This defense is not good. Who are you talking about, Ian? Yeah, it was literally a close game for a while. Hurts almost threw for 400 yards. Like, it was, I mean, I know Mahomes threw 5 touchdowns, but if I'm a Chiefs fan, that game is, woof, this defense is scaring me. It really is if I'm a Chiefs fan. I don't know why the Eagles, though, don't run the ball. You want to know how many times? Miles Sanders got a carry? You want to know how many carries he got? He got 7 carries. How is Miles Sanders only getting 7 carries? What? Like, I don't understand. What is going on? The old coaching staff barely would run the ball with Miles Sanders, and now the new coaching staff is not running the ball. Like, what is the philosophy here? You're running the ball 7 times with Miles Sanders? Literally 7, guys. Literally, he had 7 carries for 13 yards. Yes, he was involved in the pass game. He had 3 receptions for 34 yards, but he carried it 7 times. What? That's why I don't understand it. Like, that didn't work last game versus Dallas. Like, last game versus Dallas, you want to establish the run versus Dallas because you don't want that offense to have the ball in their hands. Like, you want to win the time of possession battle versus a team like Dallas with a good offense. Same thing here with a team like Kansas City that has a really good offense and a bad defense. But they run it 7 times with Miles Sanders, 3 times with Gainwell, 8 times with Hurts, 1 time with Rager. What? Like, literally, that is mind-blowing to me. You know the Chiefs have a bad defense. You know they have one of the best offenses. Why don't you establish the run? Why don't you try to win time of possession? I don't even know. It's back-to-back weeks of the play calling in Philly really confusing me. Let me go to the yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Tian Autograph. Peterson did like literally the same thing, and I was always so confused watching Eagles games. So I don't know why they're not doing it. Yeah, like Sanders is a good back. And when they give him the ball, he gets yardage. So I don't know why they're not giving him more carries. Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate it. It's just very confusing. And you think they would be able to run more option plays with, Hurts and stuff and Sanders back there, but they don't. And it's very weird, and I don't like it. Next, we got the Cardinals versus the Rams, and this was probably the biggest surprise for me this week. Cardinals won this one. They put up 37 points. Woo! Rams 20. I need a water. Rams 20. I put that in wrong. Okay. Rams put up 20 points in this game, which is honestly surprising. I expected the Rams to win this game for sure. They were at home. And they won. The Cardinals won. Chase Edmonds had 120 yards. Shout out to my fellow Fordham alum there. Kyler Murray, he had 288 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air. Nothing crazy, but they just balanced the plays so well, in my opinion. In this game, Arizona really did a really good job at, having a really balanced play calling. They weren't just running. They weren't just throwing the ball. They had a really nice balance of run plays, pass plays, deep pass plays, short pass plays. They really kept, this Rams defense off balance, in my opinion. I saw like Stafford missed a few throws, which was honestly surprising. No, it's fine. I don't need the water. We only have a few minutes before Thursday Night Football, so I'm good. Thank you though, but I'm honestly shocked. Like, that was a huge surprise for me because I had questions about this Arizona defense, right? And to hold this Rams offense to 20 points in their own home stadium is huge. Like, that's insane. That is actually crazy. Kyler Murray definitely has to be the leader for MVP candidate because the only two undefeated teams left are the Cardinals and the Raiders are playing tonight. So we'll see what happens because the Cardinals can very well be the only undefeated team left after 4 weeks, which is nuts. Another surprising game here. Seahawks beat the 49ers 28-21. So Jimmy G left this game with a calf injury. I saw in his post-game press conference, he said that the calf injury happened on the first drive, but he tried to stay in there. He stayed the whole first half, but then Trey Lance started the second half, and Jimmy G never came back. I honestly am surprised that the Seattle defense was able to hold the 49ers to 21 points. And it's weird because if you look at the stats for the Seahawks, Russ didn't have to do too much to win this game. Like, yes, he played well, but he didn't have to do a ton. You would have thought like Russ would have just been shredding this secondary with all the injuries in the 49ers secondary, but he really didn't have to. Trey Lance, he had like his stats look solid. Like, where can I pull up his stats here? I think he had like a 50% completion percentage. Yeah, he was 9 of 18 for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think one of them was a garbage time touchdown. But the thing is, I feel like Trey was just running with the ball too much. LA Lou, appreciate the super chat. I miss your members only chat by a minute. By minutes, when's the next one? Yeah. So I'm gonna put out a poll for the members to see when you guys want to do it because I was like, I was just talking to myself the whole time. But if you guys want to be members, you guys can join down below. There's monthly members only live streams, which is really cool. And literally the members just decide what happens in that, like what we're doing in that live stream. It's like really a members led live stream. So appreciate the super chat, LA Lou. But I felt like, Trey, when he would drop back to pass, he would kind of just take off with the ball a little too soon. I don't blame him though, because that's probably better than forcing the ball down the field and turning it over, right? But I think they'll have a better game plan next week because it seems like Trey Lance is going to start next week, and I think they're gonna, just game plan better because they obviously expected Jimmy to start that whole game, so the game plan was for Jimmy. I think Trey, like Ethan is saying, yeah, I think Trey is still a little raw. Like I think he still needs to develop more. Hopefully this isn't, throwing him in too soon. Hopefully they keep the game plan, that plays to his strengths and doesn't put him in any bad situations. But yeah, I don't know. I just it wasn't like his stat line was bad. I just felt he was running too much. Like I just felt he I don't know. I thought he was taking off a little too soon. But it was only the first I guess full half he played and he wasn't even supposed to play, so I'm not overly concerned. I just hope the 49ers put him in a good position these next few games. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I really need water. But it's fine, guys. I'm going to grind through this. Okay. Baltimore, Denver. I thought this game was going to be way better than it was. So the Ravens won this one 23-7. So unfortunately, Teddy B had a concussion and he didn't come in the second half. But, he wasn't playing outstanding the first half, but he was definitely playing better than Drew Lock. Drew Lock really did not play well at all this game. I feel like once Drew Lock came in, the game was basically over for Denver. I mean, they didn't score any points. Once Teddy B left, they did not score any points. Drew Lock could not even get them could not even get them a field goal. They scored that 7 points in the first half. It was nice to see Marquise Brown, bounce back from all those drops he had last game. I mean, he had that really nice catch in the end zone, just laid out for it. Really nice ball by Lamar too. And Lamar is really playing well this year. He's really putting this team on his back in some of these big wins. And Denver, I don't know. It's hard to judge them after this loss because Teddy B didn't play the second half. He wasn't necessarily playing amazing in the first half, but this Denver defense couldn't really stop this Ravens offense. And yeah, they really had no chance once Drew Lock came in, if I'm being totally honest. All right, next game we got here is Pittsburgh and Green Bay. We got Green Bay Packers winning this one by 10. Packers, 27. Pittsburgh. I can't believe I don't have water up here. That was kind of a dumb move by me. No, it's just it's not that I have a cold or anything. It's just that I'm talking. I've been talking for a half hour and I haven't drank any water. And I haven't drank any water since this morning, which honestly isn't good. Thank you, Malik. I appreciate it. I appreciate it though, right? Too. I appreciate the tip. Okay, so Packers win this one, 27-17. Randall Cobb looked like the Randall Cobb that was in Green Bay a few years ago. Him and Aaron Rodgers, I still got that connection. Aaron Rodgers had 2 touchdowns, 248 yards. Big Ben went 26 of 40 with 232 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Ben Roethlisberger is not good, guys. I've been saying this every week. I think they're going to have to change quarterbacks at some point this season because Ben Roethlisberger is holding this team back. The reason that the Steelers are in games is because, hold on, my phone's ringing. Okay, sorry, my phone was ringing. But listen, I know the reason that the Steelers are in these games is literally just because of defense. Ben Roethlisberger is not good. They gotta change the quarterback. He is not good. It seems like he's regressing every single week. Steelers are 1-3 now. Green Bay is 3-1. Literally, Haskins, Rudolph, whoever is I don't know who technically is quarterback 2. Whoever's quarterback 2 is going to play better than Ben Roethlisberger. He is not good, guys. and they really aren't having much success in the run game either. I like Harris a lot, but they're not really this offensive line is really not helping them establish the run. And it's just not good for the Packers offense right now. And wait, there was something else I wanted to say about the Packers, but I just forgot. Oh yeah, Green Bay's defense isn't that good. So for them to only put up 17 points, are you serious? They put up 10 points last week, I think, versus the Bengals defense. How does the Jaguars offense put up more points than the Steelers offense versus the Bengals? How does the Jaguars offense put up more points than the Steelers offense versus the Bengals defense? That shows me that there's a problem in Pittsburgh with the offense. Bobby, thank you for the super chat. Hi, SheGotSports. It was a great win for the Giants. Yes, it was. I appreciate the super chat, Bobby. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, now let's talk about the Sunday Night Football game. It was exciting, but I thought it was going to be a little more exciting, to be honest with you. Not to complain, but Bucs won 19-17. My biggest takeaway from this game is why did Belichick not go for it on 4th down? Yeah, I saw the Urban Meyer video. And I saw the apology video today too, Sean. I was like, what? I was like, oh gosh, that whole situation. It's if the Jaguars aren't already having a difficult enough season, right? Now that happens too. Oh, the apology video during the press conference was so awkward. So awkward. My biggest takeaway from the New England game is why did Bill Belichick not go for it on 4th down? Bobby! is a member. Thank you, Bobby. Guys, if you want to be a member, make sure you go down next to the subscribe button if you want to be a member. If that's where it is if you want. I appreciate you, Bobby, for becoming a member. I think we have 4 members now. Let's go. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. I don't know why Bill wouldn't go for it on 4th down. Mac Jones was playing great, right? That was like the best I've seen Mac Jones play since he's got to the Patriots. And you're not going to go for it on 4th down? Because even if you do make that field goal, you're giving Tom Brady the ball with so much time left. Like, even if you do make that field goal, you're going to have the lead, but you're giving Tom Brady the chance to hit a field goal and win the game. So I don't know what the thinking was, because miss or make, I don't think that's a good decision. Even if he makes it, I'd be like, why didn't you go for it on 4th down? Because I even think if Folk made that field goal, the Bucs are still winning that game, and we're having the same conversation of why didn't he go for it on 4th down? I could understand maybe if Mac Jones wasn't playing well, but he was playing well. And it's really crazy because I feel like every single primetime, not every single primetime game, but a lot of the primetime games this year, or a lot of the big games this year, the team that has been conservative and not gone for it on 4th down has lost the game. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, it's honestly so crazy how many teams have lost because they haven't gone for it on 4th down, or they went for a field goal. Like, it's just crazy. You see how many teams try to play it safe. Go for the field goal, punt it away, don't go for it on 4th down. And that ends up losing them the game. And then the teams that do go for it on 4th down end up winning the game. It's really crazy because it just shows how you need to be aggressive. Like, you cannot win football games being conservative. You really can't. Especially now too, like with how pass interference is called on the defense and stuff. Like, if a defender is making contact and there's hand fighting, it's probably going to go as PI against the defender. If you think about it, you want to put the pressure on the defense. Like, you want that DB to be thinking, like, I cannot interfere right now and get a pass interference call, or I could lose the game. No, guys, it's not a cold. It's just I've been talking for over a half hour, almost 40 minutes. I don't have a water up here. I literally have not drank water since I woke up this morning, which isn't good. So my throat is just really dry right now. I think I want to have a honey tea with honey because I was talking with no water. Yeah, it's just I'm not sick or anything. It's just I'm talking so much. I haven't drank water, so my throat is dry. But yeah, that is all the games for tonight. The game is starting soon. I got the Chargers winning this one. I'm kind of sad because I want the Raiders to stay undefeated because I think it's just funny and I think it's cool for the NFL when the Raiders are undefeated because I feel like that's just like chaotic and I love it. But I think the Chargers are a better team. But listen, I don't know. You never know. Like, I don't know. The Raiders could win tonight. It's Monday Night Football. They could win overtime again. Like, just some weird things. I can't believe the Raiders are playing on Monday Night Football again. That's like really recent to play Monday Night Football that close together, right? Anyone else feel that type of way? All right, guys. I guess that is it for this video. I appreciate you guys. Why am I closing this out like it's a recorded video? Appreciate you. That's guys. I think that's it for this video. But really, I appreciate you guys all stopping by the live stream. The person you're playing has Waller, Sean. I have Waller in one of my leagues too, but I have Herbert in one of my leagues. But then in my other league, I'm playing against Herbert, so I'm like, I don't know. I'm losing in both of them though, so I don't know. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for that reaction after that game. I'm hoping it's a good game. It should be really good. Division game, Monday Night Football, 2 teams that are playing really well. And yeah, guys, that is it. I appreciate you all so much. Like, I just want to say that again. Like, you all rock. I appreciate all you guys coming out here, supporting, taking time out of your day to come on this live stream. I really, really do. And I just can't overstate that enough because none of this would happen without you guys. So I just need to continue to say that because I appreciate you all so much because yeah, like this is all because of you guys. So appreciate all you guys. I'm going to end this broadcast now because the game is about to start in like 5 minutes. And yeah, guys, that is it. Peace.